You never stop ogling girls.
I don't ogle girls. I make love to them with my eyes.
Oh, wow. I'm stuck with an American teenager.
Where's my team? Where's my team?
I feel close to you.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I don't know, I feel like you're breathing helium and I'm breathing oxygen.
What makes you say that?
I wanted you to say something romantic and you, okay?
You are the mayor of Crazy Town. Do you know that? You are.
This is how people start breaking up.
Oh, my God. I assure you, that guy you vaguely remember, the sweet romantic one that you met on a train, that is me.
I mean, I naturally work that way. I think the film I had done just before that, I had a big ensemble, 24 main actors. And I was like, several weeks of rehearsal and trying to get them to help me rewrite their scenes and just bring themselves to it. I find a lot of humor and things in rehearsal process. And I want the character on the page to, kind of disappear into who they are. And, just that's for performance, really. But I knew this one would be kind of how I do it naturally, but it'd be very intense. Mm-hmm. It would be a really intimate, very different than a big ensemble. It's like, oh, this is going to go deep. This is going to be intense. So, yeah, I was looking for really the two most creative, people who I thought had the most to give of themselves, that were the most honest. I mean, I met everybody. I mean, who knows how that would work. I just felt there was something special in their dynamic. There's great actors everywhere, but that was what I felt what this was meant to be.
See, people didn't believe in the screenplay or anything or making a sequel because it was unexpected to do a sequel to an indie film. It was a very new thing to do, or unusual thing to do. And so people were kind of like confused by what I was talking about when I say, oh, I'm writing a sequel to Before Sunrise, and they thought I was, not feeling well or that I had issues. So no argument.
We never argue.
They always
There's
listen
never
to
a
me.
winner or a loser. We learned a long time ago just to do what Julie says. No, we don't. It's conflict free, believe it or not. We just. To sit in the room, it's just the swirl of ideas that we're all talking about, digressing, telling stories about our own lives, confessing stuff.
Well, we throw
funny,
ideas, and like
really,
the one that stick to the three,
Yeah,
we pick. It's not like we have one idea and we're like stuck in it, and we're like. And if we are, then we have to prove that it's the right thing for the film.
Yeah, the other two are kind
by
of
rewriting it or making it really good so it makes sense to everyone. But if someone throws something and it doesn't work,
it
gone.
disappears. If
like
you look at two blank faces, kind of going, then you just move on to the next thing. So we probably use about 5%.
And we do that very fast. We just go on and on and on and on until we find.
And that's a
what we wanna
version of
say.
someone with an idea they're trying to get into the movie. There's another kind of subgenre of things that end up in the movie that are just one of us telling a crazy story about something. We're just entertaining our friends, our two friends here, and someone will go, that's interesting. We could maybe use that in the dinner scene. And Julie will tell some crazy story, and Ethan will go, that's funny. What if we use that? And Julie's like, really? No, we can't do that. It's like, oh yeah, we can. That's funny. Let's use that. And it's like, so we're just pulling and taking from each other. So we're in the room, we're working, but it's kind of like we're goofing off and being kind of telling raunchy, crazy stories and just making each other laugh. But we're working too. So, well, I think it's different writing. I think the hotel room scene was the hardest scene to write. Mm-hmm. I don't have any problem saying that. You agree, right?
Yeah,
That was
of course. It was
a
film film within a film.
I mean, it's 30 minutes long in one room. So but it was fun to shoot. It was the end of the shoot, so it's hard to say that's the hardest.
The end scene was hard to film for me, that ending on the pier, because I remember rehearsing and being very emotional and crying a lot, like, an actress kind of. And then I remember shooting it and being like, I can't do this. Like, I was not allowing myself to do this because I was like, oh, then we fall into melodrama. Like, that, then it becomes, not to say Hollywood is bad, but no, I'm saying then it becomes very like more typical Hollywood film, which is like melodramatic with like, you making a point. And I felt like it wasn't right for the film. And so I kind of like one step back.
That was
into
our
the
reality
the
that day. It
Emotions
didn't
and-
feel, you work and you rehearse and you plan, and then you get there and you have to, that last, I don't know what the percentage is, 5% of whatever you have to take whatever feels right that moment. You got to work really hard to kind of find a pure moment there and incorporate that on the day.